What's good with it? In the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips, where you already know we get it in. But before we get it in, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding! Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content I am kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support. We're going up on this channel and it's all because of you. And for that, I'm very humbled and I'm very thankful. Gracias. Now trip out on this, right? Somebody asked me a question the other day and I wanted to elaborate on the answer. I answered a little bit, just a little bit. But brother, I need to answer some more now that I got my coffee, right? So now I'm ready to answer fully to the best of my knowledge. And the guy asked me, he said, hey, Gun, why are all these youngsters saying the N-word now of every ethnicity? You got SAs, NAs, of course the brother's been saying it, and now you even got some Woods saying it. Brother, we don't say the N-word. No, you got us mixed up. It's tasters, not enters, is what we're saying, right? So the only way to answer that is truthful and honestly, and to the best of my capabilities. And I'll say this, the brothers won. Tap out. What the fuck? Rolly Romero, right? It's a knockout. It's over. The brothers achieved what they were striving for. And that's to spread their culture in a gospel of love, fear, aggression, and no disrespect. But it just is what it is. And everybody else has appropriated their culture. Everybody else has decided, even behind the walls in prison, to run with it because they think it's gangster. They think it's hip hop. They think it's cool. They need a crutch to fucking lean on. They need a buffer word. That's what it is, right? So back in my days, even prior to my days when I was in the youth authority, it was very, very rare you seen any Mexican, any white, anybody saying the N-word. One of two reasons. First reason, it was a disrespectful word. If you were willing to go there, you better be ready to go there. Because if brothers heard you saying that word, they didn't care in what capacity you were saying it. You were meaning it disrespectfully towards a brother of more darker pigmentation of skin. You were disrespecting the blacks. And if you disrespected the blacks, well, then the brothers were fits to attacks, right? And that's just what it is. And you'd have a whole bunch of motherfuckers at you like, what's happening? Right? And it's going to be on and cracking. Now, you got to understand this. That meant a lot of people didn't say it unless they were really ready to go to guerra. Excuse me. And that was period. Plain and simple. You know, I know a lot of people like to think that the norteños have always used the N-word. They were the first Mexicans to use it, to appropriate it, and just to start saying it all over the place. That's not the truth. There were northerners, of course, from the Bay Area, specifically from the city of Oakland and the East Bay, the surrounding areas, that grew up that way. And the brothers, you know, embraced them. There was a lot of canalismo there. There was a lot of love there. So they felt that if for no other reason, it was just the way they grew up. You know, it was their situation. It was all good in the hood. Now, as a norteño back in the days from the valley, we didn't use the word and we used to trip like, oh shit, right? When the homies used to say it. But at the same time, man, a lot of these dudes, and it wasn't all of them. A lot of the guys that said it, they were straight hood, grew up right there in deep East Oakland. You know, it was like a motherfucking Too Short song. They were really in the ghetto doing it. Okay? But we knew enough to understand that word could be issues. It could be problems. Okay, now another reason we didn't say the N-word is because it wasn't our word to say. You know, when I used to hear brothers say it, I used to be like, oh shit, you know, because not if it was used in a capacity of just them saying it, but when they used it over and over and over again, I even felt the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. And I knew a lot of brothers, man, I'm seasoned enough to know a lot of old school brothers that felt the exact same way. They didn't like it being used, because it opened the doors for other ethnicities, other races, other people to use the same word. You know, when you're constantly saying it, you can't be mad at the next person saying it. You know, there's a lot of people that adapt to their surroundings, adapt to their area, and adapt to what's being said and what's being heard. And they start to encompass that language. They start to act like other people. It's not trying to be someone else. It's more so just adapting to where you're at. You know, it's not where you're from, homie. It's where you're at. That's it, period. Brother, it ain't even about where you're at. I'm from the hills that have eyes, brother. Right here, I'm from the yard that has coffee. Or does it? One never knows, does one, right? You know, but now you even got young whites saying it. It's not a good look. And why do I say the brothers have won? Because they've achieved that next level. See, now everybody's using the N-word rampant. It's in music. It's on the streets. It's in barrios. It's in hoods. It's on the movies. Shit. It's everywhere. And it's even made itself behind the prison walls. Okay, in prison, you have to conduct yourself to a certain standard, a certain professionalism. I know. There's going to be a lot of people that are saying, professionalism? Y'all act like y'all motherfucking lawyers and doctors. Some are. Some know how to prescribe you that palo if you act the fool, right? Your prescription today, sir, take 2 volumes, a Percocet, and this fucking shank. That's it. You ready? Let's go. There's a lot of people that know how to conduct themselves righteously. Okay, the way I was laced up and I was taught, you stick with your own people. You know, you don't forget your culture, never forget where you came from. Obviously, the brothers are not. Okay, obviously, the brothers are doing their thing. But everybody else is adapting to their stilo. Everyone else is adapting to what they got going on. Now, loving other people's cultures is a beautiful thing. Everybody has something good in the hood in their culture. Everybody has, I love Meatloaf Mondays. When it comes to the Caucasians, I love it. I just love Meatloaf Mondays. There's not a wood on the yard that doesn't love Taco Tuesdays, right? And everybody, you know, the brothers, they love them a thick Mexican chick. So, everybody's winning, right? Now, at the same time, that's cool. That's fine and dandy. That's all love. You know, recognizing someone else's efforts, what they put into this, that's fine. But in prison, I'm sorry, man. You have to love yours first and foremost. It's just the fucking way it is. It's not being racial or racist. It's being real. Okay? And when you start to lose your identity, then you're going to stop being respected. No one's going to respect someone that's fronting, that's faking the funk, that's not exactly who they are. You know, especially in the California prison system. All you have is your word and your respect that you gain because of that word. And when you go in there and you're misappropriating other people's words and using other people's slang and other people's wordplay, then guess what's going to happen? You're just going to be that next motherfucker, man, that doesn't know what the fuck he's saying. It sounds rather unprofessionally, other professional. That's just the way it sounds. Now, why do I say in the title, the blacks won? Because everyone's saying the N-word? They did. They were able to not even try, but just be themselves and let everyone else take a play out of their playbook. Let everybody else, whites, Northanials, now you have Southsiders saying it. Yes, they say it. No, pese. It's being said, right? And, you know, old school guys are going to be like, wow, damn, bro, what's this world coming to? And it's not a racial thing. It's just more so of, damn, where has the love gone? Like an Earth, Wind, and Fire song. When have we forgot ourselves? When did we forget our beautiful reputation and our beautiful respect and our beautiful love? Why do we choose to use a derogatory word that's totally disrespectful not only to others, but to ourselves? Okay? That shows a chink in the armor. That right there, using that N-word, shows that you're not up on game, and you don't love your people and yourself enough that you have to go use a derogatory term that's meant to disrespect other people and try to change it up and switch it up to act cool. Okay? That's why you have a lot of the brothers saying, y'all motherfuckers want to be like Mike. Y'all motherfuckers are trying to be like us. I constantly hear blacks man say it all the time. Oh, everybody's trying to steal our shit. We started this gangster shit. This the motherfucking things we get, cuz. Right? On Pyro, everybody's trying to steal the blacks, everything. And let's be honest, it's looking that way. Unfortunately, it's a sad situation when the most ridiculed, disrespected group or ethnicity that everybody does. Oh no, I'll never let my daughter be with a black guy because they have chorra this long, so they disrespect women, right? But all of a sudden they want to say the N-word and they want to fucking sag their pants. And they want to take the black culture, the hip hop culture, and all of a sudden, I don't know if it's a way to clown or whatever. They want to steal it. You know, that's called stealing someone else's ethnicity. And I don't get down. I don't do that shit. Now, me, myself, I stay away from the N-word. And I always have. Because one, I'm brown. I'm a Chicano. I know blacks are brown too. Don't get it twisted. Black and brown, I got love. But I just don't want to use a word that I feel is better left out of my vocabulary. It's better left out of everybody's vocabulary. I see all these little young North and South Chicano rappers running around saying the N-word now, more so than they're saying anything. They even now they're starting to say cuz and blood. You're not a Crip or a blood. You can't claim Southside or Norte, talking about cuz or talking about blood. That just ain't what it is. And meanwhile, the Woods are like, well, that's a fucking head scratcher, brother. Are they a Crip, a blood, or a Norte thug? I don't know what the hell's going on. The only thing I know in this world that fucking makes anything normal is coffee and meth, right? And right now I think I'm on a good one because I just heard an essay say cuz, right? It's gotten to that point where there's an underlying war being fought behind them walls in the prison system that's been fought for many decades and many years. Okay, one war that's going to continue to fight. Wait up, my nose itches. I'm saying the N-word too much. Just saying the N-word too much. My nose itches. I almost fucking stuck it in there. Look, true stories. It's a weird world we're living in. It's a different world. It's a world now where if you ask a youngster, hey, why? Because I done it the other day. I said, hey, bro, why do you say the N-word all the time? Like, brother, what are you getting out of it? You know, you're disrespecting people, and not only that, you're disrespecting yourself by not being true to who you are and your gente. What's wrong with you? You know, I don't got no hatred towards blacks, and it's not even a black thing like that. It's more so, bro, know who you are before you get in the game. You know what your skills are. Why do you have to utilize someone else's shit to make you think you're cool? You are cool. Or you're not. And that's it. Plain and simple, period. But you ain't got to try to act out of your comfort zone and act like someone you're not. Oh, no, bro. It's where I grew up, bro. I've been saying that. Motherfucker, I grew up 2 streets down from you. We didn't say that shit. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Stop making excuses because now it's crossed over to the word where everyone thinks they're allowed to say it. You're not. If you're not black, you're not allowed to say the N-word. I don't care if some brothers, man, don't mind. Them motherfuckers right there that don't mind are going to get reminded by someone, by an OG one day that it ain't cool. See, there's a lot of brothers, a lot of Chicanos, a lot of Woods that have fought for certain struggles, have sacrificed behind prison walls, have sacrificed on the streets, have marched for civil rights. So that way everyone gets social status of equality. Everyone gets equal. You know, everybody is human. Everyone deserves certain rights, human rights and whatever rights you got coming because you fought for it. Yeah, and that's fucked up that some people have had to fight a little bit harder than others for it. But it just is what it is. That's the way of the world, like an Earth, Wind, and Fire song. That's the wiggle, right? But people have fought for that, sacrifice. OGs, veterans, old men now that are turning in their motherfucking grave, right? Mad. Because now you got all these youngsters and you got all these people that are disrespecting what they fought for. You know, just using this N-word rampant like it's just a thing to do. And it's not. Do you understand that? If you understand the history of that one word, then you understand that is probably one of the worst words created in the world. Now they say, but the brothers say it. Well, the brothers say a whole lot of other shit too that you don't want to say, huh? You know? Shit, you fuck around and have your next door neighbor, the brother, having your lady saying a whole bunch of words you wish you didn't say either. Now let me tell you, you just don't utilize something that ain't yours and make it yours. Okay? That's what it is. And I can have the argument all day of, well, we started this shit. Well, we're the first man on earth. Well, we're this, we're that. None of that means shit to me. We're here now. And that's all that matters. And how you carry yourself and the morals and standards that you stand by while you're doing this shit is what matters to me. Now, there's an underlying war that's been fought in the California prison system for many, many years, right? Between different ethnic groups. And it's unfortunate, but it's the way it is. In one corner, in this corner, weighing at the fucking combined weight of they got some good dope this month. 432 pounds. You got 25 Woods, right? And they're white men. And you will not see them using the N-word. You will not see them disrespecting anyone unless they're willing to go to that point. You will not see that because they conduct themselves and carry themselves to a certain standard, albeit they like coffee and run around the yard and sex play a little bit. But they're still with the fucking activities. And in this corner, you have a shitload of brothers, right? And guess what? whatever they do, whatever their culture is, if they want to say the N-word, albeit it's not cool, it's not okay to do it, they're doing it amongst their own. That's their thing, man. They're willing to merit out the disciplines for whatever words they don't want being spoken on. And in this corner, you got a gang of fucking Southsiders and a gaggle of Norteños. And guess what? Now they're starting to say the N-word too. And this ain't nothing new. It's been being utilized. It's just gradually being noticed more so. It's went mainstream, basically. The war's over. It's over. Okay? The brothers won, man. The brothers won because they were able to somehow harness enough gigawatts into the flux capacitor to make everyone think that the N-word is all right to say. It's not. Okay? If you carry yourself to a certain level with respect and you want your people to be looked at respectfully and as that number one, because everybody does, every race, it's all one race, but every different ethnicity wants their culture to be looked at as number one. It's what we fight for. It's what we strive for inside and outside of them walls. You know, not to say we're better than, but to say we're not less than, right? We just want to be recognized fully for our accomplishments and what we've put on this earth while we've been here, right? It doesn't count anymore. Once you start saying the N-words and a whole bunch of other derogatory terms and stressing and disrespecting people and all that, no one's going to respect that. Everyone's going to be like, wow, what about your fucking culture, homie? You don't love that anymore because you're too busy in this hip hop era that we're involved in or that we're living in, and everybody thinks they're Lil Wayne. Everybody thinks they're an alien. Everybody thinks there's something that they're not. And really, homie, all you are is broken brown. And the only way to strive and achieve is to work hard and get some. That's it. That's plain and simple. That's what it is. Now, in the prison system, if you fucking use that N-word, there's been people that have lost their lives over it. Wars that have been fought. Guerra in there. Riots, melees. A lot of people that have been thrown off tiers for merely using the N-word. But now, it's allowed. And you think the brothers are going to say anything? See, back in the days, the brothers would feel upset about it. They'd be like, no, ain't no way saying the N-word. But now it's like, okay, just let them do it. You know, hey, the more that they're trying to, and then let's just be real, they're trying to act like the black community. Okay? I used to always say, man, there's no way to act black. There's no way to act white. You just are who you are and you're a product of your environment. But now I understand the error of my ways and now I see it. These motherfuckers want to act black. They want to do what brothers do because they feel brothers are more superior to them. And that's this younger generation being influenced by hip hop or just being punked. That's it. Now, like I said, man, it was, when it came to the Mexican community, for some reason, it was a Northern California thing, is what people used to say. And they thought because Norteños and blacks were cool with each other, that's why the N-word was being thrown around like that. But it's being thrown around down south now. It's being thrown around in the Midwest. It's being thrown around, period, as a culture, as a people. In this era we live in, everyone thinks it's all right. Well, I'm here to tell you, first and foremost, it ain't all right. It ain't all right from a black's point of view. It ain't all right from a brown's point of view. It ain't, we always said, brother, it ain't all right. Well, calm down, because the woods are starting to say it too. Not hardcore biker woods fucking go out there, swastika up, and fucking choke you out for a bag of meth wood. But I'm talking about these younger white guys that are listening to Eminem and listening to MGK and listening to Yellow Wolf. All of a sudden, they're like, I've always wanted to say this for shizzle, right? Now, all of a sudden, they're starting to use the N-word. Just ain't a cool thing, And I ain't mad at the brothers. From their point of view, I can only see what they're saying. Bunch of stupid motherfuckers, right? You know what I'm saying? You can, always be proud of who you are. Stand tall, like Too Short said, right? You could try to act like something you're not, but you're not never gonna be. Okay? And ain't nothing wrong with showing a little love and a little respect. But how are you going to show love and respect for the black culture by saying the N-word when that's the total opposite? That's the most disrespectful thing you could do. Let me tell you a story real quick. The wind's blowing. There was this Asian cat, right? And he was a Crip. He was from the Asian Crips, man. And I remember I was in the youth authority with him. And this fool threw the N-word around like it was nobody's business, right? And most of the brothers didn't trip. Oh, he's Asian. That's like that one TikTok you see where the fucking black dudes are walking by and the Mexicans says the N-word. And then they go, what? right? And then he turns around and said, oh, no, I can say that because I'm brown, I'm Mexican. Orale, homie, yes, right? And then he says the N-word again. I thought that was goofy, game goofy. If you feel disrespected, get off where you're mad at. Don't let him fucking answer why he can and can't say it. You can't say it. You're not supposed to say it. When J-Lo said it, she was, hey ho, said it, right? Everybody was tripping. If you're not black, they do not allow you back in the days to use that word. Nowadays, I guess motherfuckers are skating by. But anyways, back to the Asian dude. So he was saying the N-word a lot. Well, this brother came onto the unit who was just a little bit more militant than others, was into his history, was into his black history, loved his people, was willing to go the extra distance. And he was a youngster. He was about 16, 17 at the time, older than me at the time. But at the same time, he was into the philosophies of the people that fought for his freedoms and liberties. He was into the philosophies. He read those books. He was more so on his Malcolm X shit rather than his Crippin' or Blood and shit. And ain't nothing wrong with that. The Vato loved his culture. People that strive to understand where they come from will truly understand the meaning of who they are. You want to know your bloodlines. You want to know your history. You want to know where you come from, so you know where the fuck you're going. And he kept hearing this Asian dude say the N-word, man. And let me tell you what he did, man. He choked that Asian dude the fuck out. That motherfucker was in there like, ah! Right? He was choking him. And when the brother said, hey, get off him, and they had to fucking take his vice grip off of him, the kung fu grip, right? That brother was going, he wanted his cornbread, right? He was really choking him. They said, why? He says, I'm tired of hearing this guy say the N-word like he thinks it's all right. It ain't all right. It ain't all right for you to say it. It ain't all right for you to say it. And it definitely ain't fucking all right for him to say it. I feel like he's disrespecting me. Even though he wasn't aiming for that, that wasn't the goal. He wasn't trying to disrespect. It was coming natural to him. It still is disrespectful. Now in this hip-hop game, what we got going on with the Chicano rap, everybody wants to label it Chicano rap, Norteño rap, Southsider rap, Chito Ranas, Lefty Gunplay, Cito and GB and all these different Mexican artists that got brown pride and fucking Mexican flags and show lowriders and want to show their cultura. Well, they fuck it all up when they jump out the car and say the N-word. They fuck it all up when they jump out the car, sagging and rocking a fucking, whatever. And trying to prove, like saying cuz and shit. Like, stop it, bro. If you're a Crip, go be a Crip then. So that's gonna see if they accept you. Because Rocket don't smoke and Rocket don't joke. Rocket bust the cap on the Mexican, right? They're not playing. So be yourself and don't appropriate other people's cultures and think it's cool and disrespect them, because that right there is not a good look for anyone. That's a chink in the armor. That's not cool. And it makes people that have strived behind the walls, and I understand that the racial segregation ain't cool, but people that have strived for so long and have lost blood and people behind, words as simple as the N-word, now it must bust their ears hearing it all the time. And dudes think it's cool. And meanwhile, that war that you thought you were better than them people, or you thought you were better than a black, right? That's why I've always said it, man. I see no color lines, man. I got a lot of brothers that are my homeboys. It's all good. And I don't need to say the N-word to have them as a homie. They know Lil Essay ain't gonna say the N-word. You wanna know why? Because I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't taught that way. And when I ever did use it way back in the days, one time for my mind, I got checked on it, right? Not by a black, but by my own people. And I understood they were right. And so I just took it from there. It's just what it is, man. However you want to slice it, dice it, cut it, flip it, reverse it like a Missy Elliott song, it's not a good word to use. And that is why the blacks have won. They've won. They've now allowed people a little bit of a leash, especially in the prison system, to go ahead and say that. So later on, man, it just weakens your people. It softens your people. And eventually you get watered down. That's the word for it. And the brothers are staying true to themselves. If they want to say the N-word, that's their word to utilize. They know what it means. And again, it's not even a good word for them. But when I hear these rappers, these Chicano rappers, that everybody, appropriating this word and using it, it's not good, man. And all it means is truly at the end of the day, years down the line, there is going to be no more Chicano movement. There is going to be no more North. There is not going to be no more South. There's going to be none of that, man. Because the brothers are smart enough to understand, let these vatos fucking say what they're going to say. And let the vatos say what they're going to say. And at the end of the day, guess what's going to happen, man? We ain't got to do nothing. They're winning the war for us. That's how the brothers feel. Believe me, I know. Anyways, you know, it's love and respect to the blacks, love and respect to the browns, the Woods, brother. Gunner, fuck your respect. Fuck everything. Just shoot the coffee, right? That's how they feel. It's all love, but I'm seeing a lot of black, brown, and white, and everybody using the N-word, man. It ain't cool, man. You know, I hate being in a public place and hearing someone say it. I feel like, motherfucker, okay, around this camp, right? Nah, it just ain't cool. With that being said, hey, let me know how you feel about it. Do you think I'm right or do you think I'm wrong? You think I'm doing too much? Hey, Gun, it's cool, man. Let these youngsters say whatever they want to say. You know, hey, that's why I don't keep a lot of people around me, man, because I don't like to hear a lot of the bullshit. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming, and I hope I answered that question. You already know what it is, man. We got a super double banger coming next this afternoon, man. Hey, you guys asked about my primo, Super Norteño, the one I tell stories about? Woo, wait till you hear this story. It's coming up this afternoon. Make sure you tap in. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, strive for what I honestly and truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. Let me know what you think. You think it's cool to say that word? I don't think it's cool for the raza. I don't think it's cool for the, well, definitely ain't cool for the Woods. Why can the raza say it, but we can't say it, brother? I want to say it, right? No, you can't. just stick to coffee. And it ain't even cool for the blacks to say it, man. This is the Gun. Bang, bang.